How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's finally time. We're back with the tier list, dude. Tier list week is back, and we unlocked a new tier and a new symbol. So the new symbol is money only champions. This wasn't a thing the last time we did the tier list. The last time I did a tier list was December of 2024. So yeah, I'm gonna try to keep these more up to date. How I do it is this is an all-around tier list. I separate them into each class, and then it'll come out throughout the week. I try to do the more interesting ones first, and then the ones that might not have as many changes next or later in the week. But they will all come out this week. And it's just so that you can just go to the class that you need and not have to sit through a 50-minute video. If there are more in-depth tier lists, if you're looking for those on YouTube, but this is just kind of a good all-around tier list in my opinion, just to help you understand. So let's get started right away, because this class is pretty interesting. So in the use of this class, we still have Daredevil, Elektra, Moon Knight, Karnak, Punisher, and Winter Soldier. I don't really think that's too crazy. So let's just move on. So in the usable tier, not a whole lot of changes, but we do have one change here. Night Thrasher moved from useless to usable. Everyone else is kind of just still here. Daredevil, Gwenpool, Hawkeye, Misty Knight, Ronin, Squirrel Girl, Taskmaster, Thor Ragnarok. He has a 7-star now, and he is buffed, and he still just doesn't really make much noise, in my opinion. There's some propaganda floating out there in certain places, but besides that, like, he's just not good in my opinion. I don't even know what they did to him. That's how I never heard of him after the live stream. So moving on. Amazing actually doesn't have a lot of changes either. So this includes Anti-Venom, Black Widow, OG, Baron Zemo, who is a 7-star now. So I forgot to add that. And with that 7-star status, he might be able to be moved up. Let me know what you think about him here. I think he probably could be moved up. I got Black Panther OG, Black Cat, Black Widow Deadly Origin, Elsa, Kraven, Moondragon, Patriot, Silver Sable, and Stealth Suit Spider-Man. Patriot is also buffed. I'm not quite sure on this. Let me know down in the comments if you think he should be moved up a little bit. I don't know. I don't see a whole lot of people using him yet after his buff, but I don't know. Maybe it's just a thing where people just aren't using him yet. So I know a lot of people got him from that selector, so we'll see what happens there. Moving on to God tier. So there are a couple changes here. I moved Korg down from the See You Later tier to the God tier because I just feel like there's so many counters for him now. And same thing with Atuma. They both got moved down just because of the meta's changed. There's a lot of champions that can counter them now. A whole lot of mutants and a lot of champions now doing non-contact hits. So yeah, moving on, we got Aegon here, obviously just for like Necropolis and stuff. Awakened and Ascended. Black Panther Civil War can definitely dish out some damage. Killmonger, amazing. On certain metas, dude, he's nuts. Mantis, Masakre, Shang-Chi, and Valkyrie. I think the only one I would consider, these two I might consider moving down. I do think they're still pretty good. They just don't have as many players as they used to. Okay, moving on into the important tiers here. So we're in the See Ya Later tier. Okay, so in the See Ya Later tier, we have Blade. This is just a personal pick. With synergies, he's amazing. Other than that, I'm being honest, this is a personal pick, okay? Crossbones, definitely. Falcon, pretty boring playstyle, but you can't argue with the results. Hitmonkey got moved up here. I think the more I've seen a Hitmonkey, the more impressed I am. I have Kate Bishop, Kingpin, Lumitrix. The 7-star version is money locked, or was money locked. I don't think you can get him anymore. Yeah, I don't think you could earn this through normal means unless you were like #1 in Battlegrounds, right? Something like that. Every Battlegrounds. But anyways, boom. This is where he is debuting on the tier list. I don't think he was on the last one, so yeah, definitely wasn't. So there you go. Mole Man got moved up here. He wasn't amazing. I moved him all the way up to See You Later tier. He's just been amazing for me when I need him. And then Mr. Knight is appearing here on the See You Later list. I don't know if he'll be a good defender or not. I know I have I have a rank 3 on my own account. I've been doing a lot of testing. You've seen the video with him versus Hitmonkey. I feel like they're very similar champions in a lot of ways. I think Hitmonkey is a little easier to play, but Hitmonkey is not as potent as Mr. Knight on defense. I didn't put the defender label on there yet because I'm just not sure quite yet. It's really hard to determine these things when they're not in like the when everyone has a chance to get them, you know, when they're not in the Titan pool, Titan crystal pool. It's gonna be a little while before we get a whole bunch of people using him, but as I use him, I'll let you know how it goes. If I get him awakened or get a awakening gem, I might consider using it on him, and I'll let you know. Okay, moving on to Alligator. Now this used to be our highest tier, but we got another one coming up. Oh gosh, I can't scoot over 1 second. Okay, this used to be the higher tier, but we got one more tier. It's a new tier. We got a new tier unlocked. Okay, so boom, Alligator. So I expanded the tier list because I feel like we need more, because there's such a difference between like the best at best and the second best and the third. In Alligator tier, we have Bullseye and Chioth. I think they both kind of belong here. Bullseye, obviously, for that potent defender, still kind of tricky, even with all these counters per se. I think Gentle's probably the easiest counter, in my opinion. Iceman's a good counter for him, but anyone who can turn off that evade with pursuit, that kind of stuff, they're good counters. But still, man, he's still throwing the special ones, and you're just taking tons of damage if you don't have the right counter. So, you know, it is just he's just potent. And then Chioth, she moved way up. I've found a lot of respect for Chioth. I might rank for my Chioth, I don't know yet, but she's amazing, absolutely amazing. Especially as time has gone on, she's just kind of maintained very well. So, all right, our new tier is in a while Crocodile, and they didn't have a crocodile emoji, so I put a little flame next to the alligator emoji. But these are just like the 3 best skill champions: Nick Fury, Okoye, and Yelena. Not much to really say. Nick Fury was, he was one of those money gated champions. I think maybe you could have got him with units, but I just put the money signal next to him because really that's kind of what you need to do to get him. Was there any free of those crystals? I really don't remember. Anyways, I'm gonna leave the money symbol there. Okoye, 7-star, obviously. She's a 7-star, amazing attacker. Melts a lot of stuff. I mean, she's just crazy. And then Yelena, obviously, just that defender, which I wasn't sure like how well of a defender she'd be. But yeah, she ended up being. I put her on defense. There's not very many people to even survive her on defense. So that is the list, guys. That is the list. Let me know what your thoughts are on it. I will have a link to this down below, like usual, in the description. So yeah, just tell me all your ideas. Was anyone too high, too low, not high enough, all that kind of stuff. Let me know your thoughts down below. I think this one's pretty good, I think. But I think the most is probably like Mantis, Massacre, Patriot maybe, and Zemo. Kind of in this area is probably where the most conversation will probably be had, and maybe in the See You Later tier. But anyways, I'm not gonna ramble. That's the skill tier list for September 2025. All right, guys, y'all take care.